said, my name is Perez, and I've been on and off in the video game industry for about the last 10 years. More recently, I was working in aerospace on fighter jets, which is very different in some ways, but not. Both very technical products that require a lot of different people, very specialized skills, and it only kind of comes together at the very end. You kind of see the big picture, so there's a lot of similarities in that sense. But yeah, I wanted to kind of come back and decided to team up with some folks to do something different. You know, that's the nice thing about the indie scene. You know, you don't report to anyone. You kind of be very creative and out of the box. And luckily, we did not go for making a game about an animal that annoys people, like Untitled Goose Game or something like that. We decided to kind of combine some things we liked. But looking back at time, you know, we kind of missed a lot of the fast. Yeah, we missed the fast movement of shooters. A lot of shooters that are out now are great, but they're very slow paced when you look at, you know, old school the Quake 3 and an Unreal Tournament. And we thought that something about that high speed movement in games like Tony Hawk and Jet Set Radio was very fun. And then we decided, you know, what if we could melt that with the shooter mechanics? You know, so combining the fast movement of extreme games and action games, sport games, with the shooting mechanics of some of those classic arena shooters, and that's what Trickshot is.
And it looks exactly as you said. It looks very Jet Set Radio. It looks very, very Quake. Even like the Fortnite vibes. That kind of vibe I'm looking at it. But the Tony Hawk Pro Skater edition is huge, and I saw that and I was really taken aback. I'm like, wow, this is really original and really epic, and I can't wait to have a go.
Thank you. No, it was interesting. We actually showed it at PAX East in Boston earlier this year, and the new Tony Hawk game hadn't been announced at that point. So in our sales pitch, we were like, oh, it's a shame that there's not a new Tony Hawk game right now. And then lo and behold, a few months later, they announced it, and I'm happy to see that that's come back in a really strong way, and people are happy with it. Everyone's you know, kind of reinvigorating the market of you know, kind of looking back at, you know, these games that were, you know, excellent 20 years ago and very revolutionary. And it's funny to see, you know, how Doom and Doom Eternal, you know, has come back, and the Tony franchise, and a lot of these other games. And, you know, we're just kind of happy to be kind of a different reimagining of some of these things.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can ride off the back of this Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 re-release. And shooters aren't dying by any means.
Well, hopefully we're very small, and this is kind of this PAX Online event is going to be our first biggest, you know, kind of like online presence before we were talking to people in the industry as we're approaching publishers and such. But the nice thing is we're looking to come out next summer, and that's also when the Tokyo Olympics are going to be happening. It's going to be the first time that skateboarding is going to be inducted into the Olympics. So I think it's going to be a big resurgence of you know, skateboarding internationally. And even now, if you read the news, a lot of people are, with everything that's going on in COVID, they want to go outside and get some fresh air, and a lot of roller skate companies are sold out, and skateboarding companies are sold out. People are kind of, now that they have the time at home, you know, they're practicing doing their ollies and kickflips in the backyard maybe, yeah. And venturing out. It's always fun.
So for those who are trying to take part in PAX this year, what can they see from Trickshot? Can they get their hands on any demos? Or what can we see from Trickshot?
Right now, we're just showcasing our new PAX trailer, and we do have a Steam page up. So anyone that wants to follow us and wishlist us, we'd love to, you know, keep you in touch. And we're looking to do a demo early next year. So we're kind of talking to different people in gaming and sports and in the press. We're kind of getting some feedback. We want to do a lot of internal feedback first before we kind of show it off. It's been an interesting challenge, kind of melting these two things. So one of the big concerns with a lot of people when we started talking to them about what we're confusing skating and a shooter was that, is it going to be too much to do all at the same time, you know, or, you know, what gets diluted out of each side in order to make it happen? And we think we found a pretty good, a happy medium where we've simplified some of the mechanics, but it's still dependent on each other. So on most games, you know, you play a team deathmatch, for example, it's all about the score and your kill count. In our game, we kind of wanted to separate that and make it more like older games with a high score, you know, thinking of like Miss Pac-Man or Galaga. So it's all about the points, and which is very conducive to games like, you know, in Tony Hawk. You're doing tricks, and your tricks give you points, and as you succeed, you get combos, and you get a multiplier. So in our game, as you do tricks, if you do a ground trick, you get an ammo. You get an armor increase. If you do grinding, you get health increase, and if you do an air trick, you get ammo. So we do have some pickups throughout the map, but the goal is to motivate you to be doing air, ground, and grinding tricks throughout as you're playing, and that's what's recharging your consumables in the game. And then instead of having only 2 weapons limiting you, we currently have like 9 weapons as our target. So you can kind of pick different weapons. If you want to be the sniper, if you want to be something that's more close range with a shotgun, or you want to be able to flip between all of them. But both your shooting and your tricks combine into your overall high score. So you could be the marksman if you want, or you could be the fast-paced person that's just doing tricks and circles around everyone, or you can find that balance that works for you.
Well, Lee, it sounds awesome. From aerospace to a Tony Hawk shooter, who would have thought? But thank you so much for your time, and I really look forward to seeing Trickshot summer US time next year after the Olympics, and hopefully we can get our hands on that demo and give it a run.
That'd be great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lee.